Thank you for joining CBN4's Primetime News Package. I am your presenter, Alian Christopher. And here's a look at the top stories for today. One of Dominica's main traditional celebrations launched under the theme Celebrating Our Tradition. One man charged in connection with the 2018's first murder. And a true saying, hard work truly pays off. Stay tuned for these and other stories right after. First up, a 36-year-old man, Haywood Augustine of Sandwich Street, Portsmouth, has been charged with the alleged New Year's Day murder of Derek Peters. The accused, Haywood Augustine, was taken before a magistrate court on Thursday, January 4th, where a charge was read to him and he was subsequently remanded in custody at the Dominica State Prison. And Mass Dominic 2018 got underway with an official launch at the office of the Prime Minister under the theme Celebrating Our Tradition. Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal, Robert Tong, stated that we need to learn from the challenges faced in 2017 and look beyond these challenges to find ways and means to rebuild the nature isle of the Caribbean and the lives of the Dominican people. With the focus solely on Carnival, Tong said Mass Dominic is a long-held carnival and cultural tradition that Dominicans of many generations have preserved and made it into one of the finest carnivals in the world.
Into one of the finest carnivals in the world. In 2018, Mass Dominic will be recalling of this tradition to brighten the spirits and to the awakening of our collective consciousness to build a country and to forge a greater nationhood in the face of our adversity. We are being called to use art and culture, rich aspects of our identity, to create a carnival national product in 2018. Those that are uniquely ours and those that can be fashioned in ways that still maintain and retain the colorful and glamorous aspects of the carnival in spite of our financial challenges and also our prioritization.
The minister further stated that while we are faced with the numerous challenges as a result of Hurricane Maria, the country can benefit from the celebrations of Mass Dominic 2018.
Apart from the obvious economic benefits to be gained from the celebrations, Mass Dominic provides a unique opportunity for our creative community, costume builders, songwriters, music producers, seamstresses, tailors, and performers of varying kinds to rise to the occasion and present their craft in a unique and distinct manner to connect with our communities in various ways and to empower our stakeholders to the new opportunities at this time. The carnival will also provide important linkages with our rebuilding efforts in the tourism industry, with benefits to the accommodation sector, taxi drivers, vendors, and other service providers.
Tong said a deliberate decision was taken to scale back on cost, but making Mass Dominic a celebration of the aspects of the tradition that brings out the best of Dominica.
To the budget, for the last 2 years, the amount that we spent was about $720,000. We have brought it all the way down to $263,000. So the budget has been significantly reduced, bearing in mind the time that we are in. But at the same time, we want persons to enjoy themselves. We want family members to come down and to help your family members. And another part of it too is that just having your friends and family here provides such a big moral boost. It makes you feel a lot better and gives you that encouragement to continue moving forward.
Meantime, the Festival and Events Manager at the Dominica Festivals Committee, Val Coffey, said a number of costume bands and traditional groups have already indicated their willingness to participate in Dominica's Carnival 2018. Thunderbirds, Carnival Corner, Amnesia, Hysteria, Old Time Sake, and Afri Still Walkers are the costume bands participating, while the Coliho Band Mouve, Delis Sensei, the Newtown Lapu Cabwit, St. Joseph Sensei, Grand Bay Lapu Cabwit, Good Hope Black Devils, Kalinago Territory Traditional Band, Grand Bay Sensei, the Cassibrus Neg Mawan, and the ever-popular Police Juve Group. Due to the constraints, Valkov said a special trophy or plaque will be given to the most creative costume band and traditional groups. And with Carnival 2018 officially launched, many persons may still be wondering on the end time for this year's Carnival. The Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal, Robert Tong, explains.
That's to the end time of Carnival. Obviously, the entire country does not have electricity as we would like it to be, and we have to ensure that our people and our visitors are as safe as possible. So the intention is to ensure that Carnival ends at an early time to give persons the ability to get home safe. What it means is that we have to manage our time and enjoy the Carnival throughout the period of time. So you don't need to go until 10 o'clock at night. You can party from 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning until 6 p.m. What you need to do is to maybe train for it so that you don't have to fall asleep in between. But the paramount importance is the safety of our people, and as a result of that, we've been advised to end the Carnival at 6 o'clock.
And also in our news, Adrian Barnes, a member of the Dominica Community Tourism, states that the recently held Bioenergy consultation was hosted in order to inform the general public of what we have here in Dominica that can be turned into a viable business venture. Speaking to CBN4, Barnes said this viable business venture is energy.
And not only energy, but also you can get organic fertilizers from it, you can get charcoal, you can get wood pellets, and you can export these things to Europe and other parts of the region.
Barnes mentioned that with the business venture in place, his hope is that Dominica would see an increase in foreign exchange.
What we hope to achieve is number one, we hope to see developing that business venture, and also we want to achieve from that business venture foreign exchange, and to see that we establish a green economy that will be dependent on natural fuel and also organic fertilizer to grow our crops as farmers.
Barnes explains that bioenergy is using the local raw materials and turning it into fuel via fermentation. And stay tuned, we'll be back with more news right after this break. And welcome back to CBN4's Primetime News Package. General Secretary of the Public Service Union, Thomas Later, says the union is very much involved in negotiations with Ross University since the institution decided to make redundant well over 100 members of its staff. Ross University, which is a private institution, was affected as a result of Hurricane Maria and has had to move to Tennessee this semester. Subsequently, Ross decided to make redundant a number of its workers. While news of Ross's decision to make its workers redundant means that the workers are now unemployed, Thomas later says that the union has been negotiating with the medical school to ensure that workers benefit from this provision.
When people are about to lose their job or when they have lost their jobs. So we had to look at the situation, look at the question of layoff as opposed to redundancy, because management contacted us and explained to us that they would be moving this semester to Tennessee, and it is expected that they would return. We met the members or the staff and we had some good discussion with them. We explained to them the differences between layoff and redundancy, the advantages as well as the disadvantages, and at the end the general consensus was, although Ross did not talk about layoff, but the general consensus from the members was that they could go with redundancy, because with layoff you do not get wages, you don't get income while you are being laid off, but with redundancy you will get your benefits, and that package will include pension and gratuity fund that was established, since that was negotiated by us.
Later revealed that the union has proposed that upon resumption of operations in Dominica, Ross University gives priority to those persons who would have been displaced by that decision. Later added that he believes the government is also engaged in discussions with the management at Ross. Later emphasized that the union has appealed to the government to take all necessary steps to ensure that Ross University remains here in Dominica.
So feel that as the union representing them and as a responsible union, we should write to the government encouraging the government to do everything that is possible to ensure that Ross returns to Dominica, because at the end of it, it's not just the employees who will be negatively impacted, but you have a number of people who are involved, the land, those who rent their buildings and so on. You have the vendors who are involved, you have the bus drivers and a number of other people. So we see that as a big setback, but what Ross is saying is that there are certain things that need to be in place, there are certain things that must be revisited and, as I said, be put in place before they can return to Dominica.
The General Secretary of the Public Service Union stated that Ross University chose the option of redundancy over layoff because if an employee is laid off, that employee will not receive an income, whereas with redundancy, the employee is leaving the company with money.
Of the layoff period, it could be extended, or the position could be made redundant. So it's just a delay, and there's some of the staff are quite interested in taking whatever is given to them and investing in that. So that was the reasons for the redundancy over layoff.
He admits that Ross University has been an exceptional employer, providing its staff with a lot of benefits, including opportunities to further their education. And Dr. Glenville Liebert, an anesthesiologist by profession, left his family for the Christmas holidays to assist Dominica in this time of need. Dr. Liebert was contacted by a group called Doctors in Our Circle and arrived here on the island of Dominica on the 19th of December. Liebert indicated to CBN4 that during his visit, the focus at the Princess Margaret Hospital was more or less emergency operations.
Because of the hurricane damage to the hospital plant, they've been focusing on just doing emergency work over the last 3 to 4 months. since Hurricane Maria. So we were just doing emergencies. Lots of trauma, broken bones, lacerations, cut tendons, and a few gynecological obstetric cases, cesarean sections, and something like that. Being the focus for the practice with the weeks I've been here. But it's what it is, because the house was badly damaged. Some of the water to be closed for repair, refurbishment after the hurricane. So the bed space was limited, so they could only focus on doing emergency work.
Dr. Lieberd's presence was greatly felt here in Dominica. He also worked free of charge, assisting the hurricane-hit Dominica.
I just want to highlight Dr. Lieberd's visit to Dominica, who worked selflessly for Christmas and New Year's, free of charge as our anesthesiologist replacement. I want to thank him and for the Dominican people to give him thanks as well for all what he's done. Safe trip back to your Dr. Lieberd.
Dr. Glenville Lieberd returned home shortly after the interview with CBN4. And also in the news, for many years now, a stretch of road in the Antrim area has fallen into serious disrepair at the peril of drivers who use this main road daily to either get to and from work. The portion of road that we speak of appears to be sinking, making it extremely dangerous and difficult for vehicles, not to mention the fact that the structure does not look stable. CBN4's Marisa Stedman tells us more from Antrim.
Alian, I'm standing on the Antrim Road, and we know that as of September 18th, 2017, a lot of infrastructure was damaged, and the Antrim Road is no exception. This road has been a cause for concern for quite a number of years in Dominica, and of course as of September 2017, Hurricane Maria caused even more devastation. I spoke to one staff member of the Public Works Department who indicated that the soil type here is simply eroding. He mentioned that just last week tarish was placed upon this road, and within a matter of 3 days the road dropped 1 foot. CBN4 is asking, what is the problem and what is the possible solution? Who are the experts looking at the road right here in Antrim to ascertain what the problem is? He also mentioned that the Warner Road should be repaired so as to allow construction to take place, because if this road is to erode completely, this road will not be accessible. CBN4 is in the Antrim area, where we continue to look at the situation at hand. Marisa Stedman, CBN4 News.
Well, CBN4 promises to keep you updated with any developments in the Antrim area. And 3 local football referees were earlier today presented with their FIFA badges after making the 2018 FIFA list. 4 officials made the list for 2017, with Chavis Del Sol, Sean McDonald and Clyde Cadet making the 2018 FIFA list. Head of referees here in Dominica, Clayton Monroe, urged the 3 officials to use his exhortation to them as a guide in their future endeavors.
Exhort our 3 FIFA officials to do their very best. I would trust that you will take my short exhortation seriously. I'd wish that you be role models. There are only 3 of you, and you are fairly young. You are certainly, I would hope that you would have a few more years on the referee list, the FIFA referee list and assistant referee list, that you will be able to mold yourselves. Try your best to be good examples. You are the ones whom I trust the young referees will look up to, and I trust in return you will set the example to them. Because as you've been told, we had 4 officials last year. We have 3 this year. FIFA have their reasons why they have diminished our number from 4 to 3. But certainly we take heart, and I trust that Dominica, of course, will not be on playing World Cup football for many years to come. But certainly you are sports ambassadors for the country. Wherever you go, it means that people will know that there's a country called the Commonwealth of Dominica, and the referees from that country are good enough to officiate wherever they are sent. You are forerunners to the game.
Meantime, President of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, said that this is a joyous occasion for the refereeing fraternity of Dominica.
That is one referee and 2 assistant referee. Before I venture further, let me on behalf of the Executive Committee of the Dominica Football Association extend hearty congratulations to the 3 officials as well as those who claim responsibility for their success. That is to say, all those who helped these 3 individuals reach that milestone.
CBN4's reporter Marisa Stedman caught up with the 3 referees who were presented with their FIFA badges at the Patrick John Football House. Let's go now to Marisa Stedman.
Mr. Chavez Del Sol, you're the only one officiated today as a referee. Tell me, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it has been a great feeling officiating on the FIFA list for 2017. I know there's a lot of hard work waiting to prepare myself for 2018, but it will be done with my colleagues' help and all.
You mentioned hard work. Tell me a little bit about it. How long does it take before you be officiated as a referee, or how long have you had to work?
No, well, the work doesn't never stop. You always have to maintain a level of fitness to ensure that you could be as fit as possible, fit as needed when you're officiating games.
And where does your love for football come from?
From youth, playing football and developing into refereeing as well.
And tell me, what role, you being officiated as a FIFA referee, what role does that play for you in Dominica as an ambassador? How do you represent this country?
Well, I like to keep myself at a high level, respectable in the village as well. So others would look up to me to join the refereeing business. Well,
congratulations, Mr. Del Sol.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you for speaking to CBN4.
Yeah, very welcome.
And these 2 gentlemen here beside me, they were officiated today. They received FIFA badges. They're assistant referees. Tell me, guys, how do you feel about it?
Well, I feel very happy, very excited. I'm on the list again. Just want to ensure that I do my best and represent my country properly, correctly.
And what about you?
Well, almost the same thing. Happy to be on the list again and wish to make my country proud.
And like I asked Mr. Del Sol, I do want to know, where did your love for this start, your love for football?
Well, as a youth playing football, and I wish to give back to my country. So.
What about you?
I started football in high school, and then from there I just developed a love for it, like the physical part of the running, the athleticism.
And based on what I heard today, it seems that you all have a critical role representing Dominica. How do you feel about that?
It's a little bit of pressure, but then I like it. It's got to keep me top shape, make sure that I go out and do my best or my utmost best, and at least be a role model for my youths.
Almost the same thing.
Well, thank you for speaking to CBN4, and again, congratulations.
And that takes us to the end of the Primetime News package. If you've missed any of the stories, you can catch up on CBN4.com or on our Facebook page. Until our next broadcast, I am Alan Christopher saying thank you for watching and enjoy.